Hello and welcome to another IRS Tax Refund update video. Please push the like button, subscribe and hit the notification bell, so when a new video is available you will be notified. On today's IRS Tax Refund update, the IRS has made a decision that impacts millions of taxpayers a week after they advised those in 21 states to delay filing their federal tax returns. So we're gonna take a look at that. We also have the next release date for the next batch of tax refunds, and we're days away from those tax returns held under the PATH Act from being cleared for processing. Meanwhile, more tax returns are being processed and refunds issued come reports of lower than expected refund. So we'll take a look at some of the reasons why that is happening. Now, moving on to those tax refunds, as the next batch of direct deposit refunds are scheduled to be released and transmitted by the IRS on February 13th. As confirmed by the user-submitted refund status results seen here, allow up until February 18th to receive that in your bank account. If you do not receive it after February 18th, confirm that your bank account information was correct on your tax return and complete IRS. Use Form 3911 to initiate a payment trace. Turning to developing news is last week the IRS instructed taxpayers in 21 states to delay filing their federal tax returns while they determine whether or not the state stimulus rebate and refund payments that was sent out last year were considered taxable income for the purposes of federal taxes. This was an announcement that came after the filing tax season began, which impacted millions, including 16 million in California alone, and also applied to states such as Florida, Georgia, Illinois, New York, and Pennsylvania. Now, after a week awaiting, the IRS finally announced the decision late Friday, indicating those state payments are in fact not taxable, and that those impacted states who receive those payments can in fact continue to file their taxes without reporting it on their tax returns. We'll just say this had the potential of being a huge problem that could have easily caused significant issues this year. But again, those state payments many of you received last year, such as inflation relief and refunds, are not taxable. Turning to those tax returns, as we're days away from having those holes placed on tax returns due to the PATH Act from being lifted. And the indicators are that the first batch of impacted tax returns claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit and additional child tax credits will be lifted on February 13th. At that point, those returns can continue processing and refunds being prepared for release. Now there's some discussion on whether or not the first refunds from EITC and CTC will be released on February 15th. We don't think that will start to happen until the week of February 20th. There's also some misinformation going around social media that some taxpayers claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit have already received that refund. This is not true. By IRS law, that is simply not possible. IRS systems prevents any of those applicable refunds from being released beforehand. So as those tax returns are continued to be processed and refunds issued, there are instances where taxpayers are receiving messages such as these indicating the refund has been approved but has been reduced. Now there are a variety of factors behind this, including incorrect earnings or taxes withheld being entered on the return. Actually, over 17 million tax returns filed last year contained errors. So it's unfortunately very common, and if you're impacted you will see reference code number 9021 appear on your refund status. IRS automatically corrected the error without requiring the taxpayer to amend their tax returns. However, in some cases the IRS will require additional information to correct the error. Once the IRS corrects the error, they will issue you out the CP12 notice detailing the exact error they found on the return, as well as the new adjusted tax refund amount you will be receiving by direct deposit or mail. Now if you're seeing tax topic 203 when checking your refund status results, as seen here, It's as a result of one of several different reasons other than amended, such as past due child support, past due state income tax, federal agency debt, non-tax debt, or certain unemployment compensation that goes to your home state. Again, this was encountered by a number of our viewers last year, and we've already seen several cases of it happening this year. Again, the IRS will issue you out and notice if you're impacted by this. Also a reminder, we're going to see lower refunds issued this year in comparison the last 2 years, because pandemic tax changes are in fact expiring. The dependent credit for the child tax credit payment is dropping from $3,600 to $2,000. While taxpayers claiming 8 without children will now get $500 instead of $1,500. Also, child and dependent care credit returning to a maximum of $2,100 this year versus $8,000 last year. It's important to note this as some taxpayers are still not aware of these decreases. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax refund, our tax return processing issue. In the meantime, we'll keep monitoring the situation for further developments. So make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel. And thanks for watching. Contact Bookman at comprotax.net.